This is TWiT.
You know who's powerful? TikTok.
Speaking of China,
TikTok now overtaking Facebook as the world's most downloaded app. You never can really know because it's complicated, but a survey of downloads in 2020 puts TikTok at the top of all apps downloaded. Number 2 is Facebook. Number 3 is WhatsApp, then Instagram. It's interesting. It's all social, isn't it? Facebook Messenger, Snapchat, Telegram, Likey, which is kind of like TikTok, Pinterest, and Twitter. The top 10 apps are all social.
Poor Twitter.
Aw, number 10. Aw, it was number 9 the year before. So, yeah, it's number 10 with, what's the opposite of with a bullet?
TikTok overtaking Facebook.
A lead balloon.
Actually, the biggest loser is Facebook Messenger, which was number 1 in 2019, is now number 5, which I think maybe is telling about, if you trust this ranking, it's from the Nikkei Asia based on App Annie.
I just have the feeling that people are going from Messenger to WhatsApp. So it's all Facebook.
That's, I think, right. I think that's exactly. Yeah, it didn't really change. WhatsApp was number 3 in 2019 and number 3 again in 2020.
Also, these are downloads. Everyone has Facebook.
Good point.
Re-download Facebook.
Oh, that's an interesting.
The fact that it's still up there, it's huge and it's still adding tons of people. I mean, TikTok would have to be number 1 for like a decade to overtake Facebook, probably.
Yeah.
But it's it's definitely something to keep an eye out for. And it is the irony, going back to what we were saying about China cracking down on its tech sector. They were so proud to have in TikTok finally a global social media success. And then Trump kind of blew that up for them.
Isn't that funny? It was only 10 months ago that TikTok was going to be sold.
and now that deal, like, where's it's completely gone. Like Oracle, nothing.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I would imagine that China, rather than shutting TikTok down, what China is very interested in doing is using TikTok, and so it's exerting its soft power through TikTok in terms of what kinds of and by the way, speaking of puritanical, TikTok's very puritanical. They don't. There's no nudity on TikTok or anything like that. Instagram is much less puritanical, and that's probably also because of the Chinese ownership.
But I tell you, any social, cultural kind of like phenomenon on the internet right now, it's happening through, it's getting posted on TikTok.
Yes.
A viral video.
Yes.
Right now, you see that little TikTok bumper at the end.
Pretty soon I'm going to have to start doing a disclaimer. You're right, you do. You see the little TikTok bug. I'm going to have to do a disclaimer that my son is a TikTok influencer before we do any more coverage on TikTok. He crossed 100,000 followers this week. Went from 50 to 100,000 in 5 days. And that actually shows you, I didn't tell him this, but I guess President Xi must like your cooking videos. Because that just shows you that at some point TikTok said, we're getting behind this. Algorithmically, probably, but and that's this. I've watched him because he's he's studying how do you go viral on this platform, and there's a lot of kind of wisdom going around amongst influencers. Well, here's what you need to do, and some of it's accurate, probably some of it's apocryphal, but it's really interesting as he tries to push different things to see which levers help you go viral. His last video got more than 2 million views, and I think that those two are kind of hand in hand. It's kind of very interesting.
And I really experienced this week that made me appreciate just how big TikTok is right now, because I think most of us tend to think of TikTok as being really popular with the youth crowd. But I was sitting at a little cafe here getting some breakfast, and these 2 gentlemen sitting at the bar who had just met each other, who were both well in their 70s, were talking to each other, and I happened to notice that they were recounting their favorite TikToks to each other. ask if you'd seen this episode. Like, did you see the one with the dog that tore up the apartment when the person got home and they were cowering in the corner? And they're just going back and forth recounting TikToks to each other. It was wild, but that made me realize just how mainstream TikTok really has become.
Absolutely. Right, and as you said, Mike, I mean, Lisa will show me something on Instagram and I'll say, oh yeah, I saw that on TikTok a couple of months ago.
Oh yeah.
It's completely dominant.
The other thing that TikTok did, which is really kind of something ripped out of the social media playbook of a decade ago, is make it easy to share TikToks on other social media. So you see TikTok videos all over Twitter.
They were so smart. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And do you remember how like Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn were all fighting with each other over cross posting, and that whole idea of like you take something and you easily cross post it from Twitter to LinkedIn or Twitter to Facebook, that all kind of fell apart. They shut off the APIs, they cut off the access. TikTok said like, we don't need to be proprietary about this. Like, get the stuff out in the world and everyone's going to be talking about TikToks. And it worked.
It's so obvious. It always amazes me that companies want to be this siloed thing because it's so obvious. Get your stuff out everywhere. Why?
Well, I'm not sure that TikTok's ubiquity is something that they're loving on YouTube and Facebook.
No, they may not.
Right, exactly. Yeah. TikTok loves it. In fact, if you recall, TikTok got famous by spending $1 billion on advertising on Facebook. So their whole model has always been about co-opting other social networks and redirecting eyeballs to themselves. And it's been very successful.
And what you're seeing, of course, is Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube all doing TikTok-style shorts. That's what YouTube calls them. Mm-hmm. Fleets. Right. Is that what they call it? Fleets?
Fleets are dead.
Fleets, they killed fleets already.
Yeah.
Pour one out.
But I bet you they come up with some other. You know what? Twitter has historically never. They killed Vine too. They could have been TikTok.
Right.
They've historically never understood this. What is Instagram? Instagram has stories, right? That's their TikTok. Basically.
Yeah, I mean, Instagram has essentially found a good strategy, which is copy, and I think that by copying Vine, by copying TikTok, they've kept a lot of their audience that they might otherwise have lost.
Yeah.
I totally agree.